Kiannaa Sadge here from Being in Sync 366 video series. How are you? How are you? I'm just going to wait for people to jump on here a little bit later today for this video series, but nonetheless, I'm here. Let me just start off by saying I'm Kiannaa Sadge and I guide people to peace. I am not a doctor or a therapist or a psychologist. I do what is called energy psychology, allowing people to align within their heart, mind, body, soul, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. So that is what energy psychology is. It's the alignment within. And why would somebody choose energy psychology over traditional processing? Well, because it works. And traditional processing works as well. It just takes so much longer and it really doesn't even skim the surface. So when you're working with energy psychology, you're really just going to the root cause. Raw one, yes. Good, you're the first one here. We are going to discuss, I'm glad that you stepped in because we are going to discuss 5 aspects of recovering. Somebody asked about recovery, which is really about healing. So how do you heal your energetic systems when you've been in hyper state or as I like to say, hypervigilance, hypervigilance in protection or fear, which most people are in continual states of. I have a client that wants to regenerate after already. Oh, so did you reset? Did you do the practice yesterday? So yesterday was, I was just giving 5 aspects of the central nervous system that might be helpful for people to, renegotiate. You have a client that wants to renegotiate. What do they want to renegotiate? Oh, and that's causing you to have a reaction. Is that what you're saying, Raw One? Hello, everybody joining in. Let's see. You're in freeze. Well, you should be, look at it as an opportunity to grow, right? Hello, hello. So I don't know if there's going to be more people joining in. I know that there's a massive delay with YouTube sometimes. So hello, Indonesia and Dutch. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the central nervous system. And yesterday I gave aspects of which the central nervous system can be reset. But, resetting your nervous system is a good tool to have in your tool bag, but you really want to understand and learn intuitively how to turn off the switch of fight or flight. But today's talk is specifically about how to heal your central nervous system after you have been in a hyper state of a hyper state. So obviously, Raw One, what you're describing here is a Raw One is saying that he has a client that's, or he or she, I don't know if you're a male or female, but you're saying that you're pissed and at something that a client wants you to negotiate with them. And, that when we get locked in emotionally to aspects of being in anger or of sadness or of fear, those can be mental locks that are different. And that's what keeps your mind going. It's different than, emotional expression. So I would offer you to not respond, Raw One, until you calm down, because that negotiation won't go very well. So anyways, so let's just get to it. I like to spend the first few minutes just talking why people jump on, and let's go. We're going to talk about the recovery of the central nervous system. Hi, Eric. Good to see you here. Thank you. Oliver is helping us in the moderation. Thank you so much, Oliver. I appreciate you. Okay, so the first thing in healing your central nervous system is your mental self-talk. So how are you talking to your body, right? And a lot of times people, as a telepath, I could tell you I pick up on other people's thoughts and they don't think very healthy or very nice thoughts about themselves. So when you're wanting to heal your body, your central nervous system, you want to communicate with your body differently. So obviously if, hey Lucas, good to see you here. Obviously, if you want to heal, you want to learn how to speak differently to your body. So sometimes when I'm working with clients, I will do an exercise where we use the conscious breath and you breathe in through the heart and then you connect to your central nervous system and then you just repattern your heart and your central nervous system together. So you'll want to repattern that, and you could do that through the conscious breath. And you can also do that through talking, right? So sending love from your heart to your central nervous system. That would be aspect number one in how you can heal your nervous system. The other aspect that's very healing to your nervous system is actually being emerged and enmeshed in nature. Like not just walking in nature, but being present to walking in nature. Chief, I see you're on here. You can keep on scrolling because clearly if you're going to write that becoming connected to your nervous system is nonsense, you're clearly disconnected. So this is a channel offering people to connect more deeply and get out of the intellectual banter that distracts people from being connected from their heart. And obviously when we are connected to our heart, we can heal pretty much anything. You know, our relationships, we can, we can heal when we create a more connected relationship with ourselves and our connection to all living things. All living things helps us to connect. So when you're in nature, you want to connect with nature. You don't want to just look at nature, you want to connect to it. So I've just started this practice more recently, and it's a Buddhist practice. It's called a tea ceremony. And I posted a handful of months ago about my first experience at the tea ceremony. It was just really amazing. So I went and bought some teas, and I've been having my own tea ceremony. But I encouraging you all to connect with living things, like really talk to them, listen to them, just be present in the presence of living things. That's what nature is. The key to that healing your nervous system though, and is really not just being there, but being in your heart while you're there. Okay? Thank you, Salvo. Good to see you. I've had a good day, busy day. Thank you. Okay, number 3. Number 3 ways to heal your nervous system. This is the third, and this is really tapping into your creativity. Now, creativity can look different for other people. Like when I first hear creativity, I think typical people are artists, they journal, they write, they draw, but that's not my forte. I don't like to do those things. For me, creativity is like really allowing my mind to go beyond the material, like what people would normally look at. I find it very creative to look at other potentials of things. the most important thing is like to explore, like, what is your heart's desire? Like, when you are tapped into creativity, it allows you to connect into your heart in a totally different way. So see what you come up with what's your heart's desire. Okay? And the fourth way to heal and really recover your central nervous system is to respect your experiences. I'm just laughing because I'm seeing some craziness in the chats. And I really had to say, like, one day I'm going to do a video about my experience of doing these lives, because this is not my normal way to connect with people, but I find it so interesting. But it's an experience, right? Just like we're all having our own experience of this now moment in different places, different places in the world, different environments. You know, Eric was saying that he's in a rainstorm right now, so be safe, Eric. But we're all like having this experience right now, and it's our unique experience. And what we take from it is really unique to us and where we're at. And how are you being in your heart with this experience? And how is that experience from your heart influencing how you perceive? And that's a way that you can really, really begin to heal in a different way. Because most people are in their heads, like the guy that I deleted, you know, they're just so judgmental and in their heads and so superficial, which this isn't a superficial channel, right? We're here to share and explore and grow and evolve. And our central nervous system is pivotal to that. It's like all of our systems are pivotal. But how much do we take time to actually communicate with our own body? You know, so really recovering for the central nervous system to be in a hyper state is going to take a different perspective, a perspective that you may not be able to see or experience when you're in a hyper state, right? So I thought that was really worthy of saying, in that we're all here having our own experience, but we're all of our experience is going to be different, right? So, you know, I started the process of this experience after yesterday's live channel, and somebody requested this topic, and now knowing that that person that requested it may or may not come back, but I'm in preparation for this moment that we're having right now. And so it didn't leave my consciousness knowing that I was going to be talking about this topic. And I really do think this topic is probably one of the most important aspects, because people suffer from fight or flight and fear so tremendously, and yet they have no awareness of how to manage their own body. They don't know their systems. They don't understand how their systems work. So how are they going to turn something off that they don't know? They're going to have to learn something different. Anyways, I'm just going to say the fifth aspect is in healing your central nervous system is really to enjoy your own company. And I know that may sound kind of corny and weird, but so many people do not enjoy their own company. They don't like themselves. They talk horribly to themselves. They're anxious by themselves. I talked to somebody today that said they have anxiety even getting into bed. And, you know, that's just, that's a choice to live life like that. It's a choice. And we don't have to continue to live our life in like total chaos, but people continuously choose that. And when you're in recovery for your body, you're going to look at things and say, what do I need to change? What do I need to do different? And you can't continue to do different if you haven't recreated from the inside out. So let's take this recovery aspect and use the universal law of correspondence, which is that we are always sending out signals, right? So it's the inner world that creates the outer world. That's the crux of the universal law, the natural law of correspondence, okay? So that signal is always vibrating. Now, if you're in a state of fight or flight, you will send out a chaotic signal, right? And that will create something. But when you're in recovery, you have time to adjust the frequency. That's what the law of correspondence is really asking you to do. Now, how you adjust that frequency, I'm suggesting you do it by being in your heart, and being in your heart in connection to how you're talking to yourself, how you're experiencing yourself. Do you enjoy your company? Do you go out in nature and connect from the heart? Those are ways in which you heal. All healing takes place in the heart, not in the mind. Oh yes, Matthew, I'm very, very smart. Okay, so let's see. Any questions about those 5 aspects that I provided around healing the central nervous system? I know it's a big topic, but I'm wondering, Raw One, unless you got kicked out of here, what, oh, you got restricted, Raw One. Oh, you got kicked out. You must have said something inappropriate. Eric, stay safe. I'm doing awesome every day, and every day I'm happy. It's so beautiful to read that message, Lucas. Salvo, good to see you here again. Raw One got kicked out. Lucas, I don't know what about your friend. Am I supposed to remember? Because I don't remember. WWE, laughing, believe it or not, is one of my favorite things to do. Any questions? Hassan is saying, what's the most significant risk I've taken? I think that question is very interesting. I've taken lots of risks. But I would say the risk that I've taken is different in hindsight than it is in the moment that you're taking it. So it seems like what's big in the moment changes as you change and as you grow. So I would say the biggest risk that is relatable that I've taken is probably starting my own company and just really going for it. And what inspired that is I saw how much people were making off of me, and I figured, oh, I could do this and cut out the middleman, and it'll work. I am heartbroken as I am Palestinian, and people don't see me as human. It's more important how you see yourself, Jay. And of course, if you're human and you're not a bot, you have a heart. If you connect to your heart, people will see you differently. For sure. WWE, you know, if you're superficial and that's who you want to be, you're going to get superficial right back. So beware. You're not going to like when the superficial wears off. Hello, Japan. Hi, Zir. Good to see you again. Rawan, did you get any of those 5 aspects and can you apply that to your current situation? Hey, John, good to see you back. Yeah. I was following up on yesterday's video, the central nervous system, healing it, how to heal it. Did you go surfing and try surfing a wave with connected to your heart? Did you notice a difference, John? A does not believe in God. Well, this probably isn't the channel for you. Yes, I have a question. Okay, John, let's hear. What inspires me the most? I'm inspired. I'm most inspired by the wonders of blessings and how blessings come in, and the synchronicity of relationships and sharing vulnerabilities and insights. I'm just completely in awe of our world and the world of energy, and that inspires me every day to learn more, to create more, to be in greater alignment with God, oneness. To be honest with you, that's what inspires me every single day. My Instagram is being in sync. I got your joke. I'm not going to read it, but I got it. Namaste, India. Salvo. I've been thinking about what I said about the words being overused or, yeah, misused, or I think I said hijacked. Salvo. Yes. The Joker is saying, if you don't mind me asking, why do the little things make us angry more than the big things? I don't understand your question, but why would you be allowing anything to give, why would you give your power away to get angry at little things? Because when you get angry at things, what you're essentially doing is deferring your authority or going into agreement with those things that you don't prefer. So what you want to notice is, where is your preference and your reality misaligned? So I would say if you're getting angry, that is telling you that you have some resolution to resolve within yourself, right? And if you're going into alignment with other people and giving them the authority to make you angry, which really is a deference of power, why would you do that? Chat, I gave you my Instagram. Yes, I do have an Instagram. Salvo is saying, like a narcissistic or a psychopath. I do think those labels get put on people, yes. And I do not think most people understand even what those things, what those mean. But those have been used to distort people's perceptions. And also, to a large extent, I think that people use labels like narcissist on other people to judge them. And judgment is not is an act of the ego mind, and it's a disconnection from the heart. So, you know, do so at your own risk, but that's not in alignment with the natural laws as I understand it. Mr. Has anybody ever told me I have pretty eyes? Not on the chat. They have not, so thank you. Any questions about, no questions about the nervous system? Salva was saying, my girlfriend used those words a lot, even when talking about character in a show or someone at work. Well, in my experience, so what is a narcissist? A narcissist is just somebody who has an imbalanced ego. That's it. They're not evil people. Not all of them. Some of them. The psychopaths would be more of that category. But not a narcissist. There's just somebody who has a deep wound that needs healing. That's essentially what that means. Now, some people are, and I did a whole series, Salvo, on narcissists. And, you know, there are some people that are super imbalanced and won't ever come back. And they have a fractured emotional body, mental body, spiritual body. They have fractured so many aspects of their beingness that they can't ever come back. Certainly they're not going to become whole through traditional methods, that's for sure. So they'd really have to be, have like a miracle. But you know, people have that issue of having an imbalanced ego, that's for sure. Okay, little things like someone cut you off in a car is something, but this is the thing. I'm so glad you're bringing this up, Joker, because, you know, we must be able to control our impulses. So if somebody's cutting you off, you're having an impulse to curse at them or cuss at them. And, you know, I've been there. You know, I can't believe how people drive so unconsciously. But it's about having impulse control. And you're asking when, and the big things might be like losing somebody or something. Yeah, well, there could be some disassociation happening there for sure. So John, John, are you still here? I didn't see a question from you, so I don't know if you're still here. So anyways, about healing the central nervous system. Most people don't seem to be very interested in healing. They want to talk about what caused the trauma. And I think that's so interesting because that's really where people get mind locked into the past and the harm and the hurt and the mental looping that occurs. And the experience of healing is always going to be something that occurs in the present moment. You're not going to heal by going back to the past and retelling the story. And, you know, I have some clients that really like to tell stories and, you know, do those stories really serve? So Zier's asking me, is Trump narcissistic? What do you think, Zier? I mean, what's the point in calling him a name or labeling him in that way? Like, what's the purpose or the point? Like, from my perspective, it doesn't do any good. Doesn't do you any good to be in judgment. Doesn't do you any good to put a label on anybody. And you just want to see him for what you see him for. And how I see somebody like Trump, it might be different than how you see him. But the only thing that matters is that you see. Joseph is saying, is it related to PTSD? Trauma is absolutely related, yes. Healing of the central nervous system is a piece of healing trauma, because most people who experience trauma have their nervous system. So if you think about it, every cell in your body has what's called cellular memory. So all the cellular memory is going to be triggered from an experience like a trauma or PTSD or whatever. When you start to be present in the present moment, those flashes and those memories can then be healed. That's why I listed those 5 aspects of ways that you can heal, because they get you present in the moment. I can't see you guys. Okay, soon. I'm not coming to India anytime soon. I have been to India and it was a beautiful experience, but I don't have any plans to come back at all. Thank you though. Thank you for the, I always get invited to go to India. I don't understand it, but it's fun. YouTube agent is asking, what is my profession? I do energy psychology. I'm a consultant. You're asking my profession? I'm a consultant. I consult to individuals, organizations, couples, people. That's what I do. Ken is saying he has muscles twitching every 24/7. I would say that it would be really helpful for you to be able to find some peace, to bring some ease into your muscles. So that means getting present with your heart. As you begin to consciously breathe and get present with your heart, that muscle twitching absolutely will shift and change. If you enjoy meditation, that would probably help as well. Zir is saying, exaggerated feelings of self-importance, excessive craving for admiration, reduced levels of empathy. Yeah, so now that you have that perception, what does that do for you? What does that tell you to do? Yes, the brain and the functions of the brain are very interesting. All the chemicals in our body will go haywire when our nervous system is overactive, for sure. AC is saying, my doctor wants me to start Laxapro for general anxiety disorder, and I have had since a child, very debilitating. What's your advice? Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I do what's called energy psychology. And I believe that oftentimes medicines can complicate your situation. So I would absolutely say, number one, is it in your heart to do this? 2, is this medicine going to be, like, what's the plan? And what are the side effects? Have you looked at those? Because oftentimes many people do not look at the side effects. And I have had clients repeatedly come to me with problems, and their problems that they're experiencing are direct side effects of the medicine that they were supposed to be on. So I would say most people that I've experienced who have gone on anti-anxiety medicines become more fearful, and getting the prescription is the only way to get the right is to go up. You never go off. So once you go on, good luck getting off. The doctors don't usually want people coming off. And then if the reason is because when you wean off of the medicines, it can be quite dramatic and traumatic, and it can actually be worse than what you're saying your general anxiety disorder is, which, by the way, I would say learn how to turn off your nervous system. Learn how to connect with your heart. And if you genuinely, because I have a client right now, and when I met her, she had had anxiety all of her life. She doesn't have anxiety now. She may have some stress, but she has no anxiety. She has no problems with her nervous system, even when she does get stressed. So I would say work with me or work with somebody like me, and try that before going on a medication that's going to be challenging to get off. Hey, Germany. Does our childhood make us what we become as an adult? Our past does not determine the future, Joker. That's what I would say for that. Our past does not determine our future. You are in constant co-creation in your life. So as a co-creator, that means that you can consciously choose to create differently from what you have noticed. Now, this does require awareness, like an understanding of the patterns that you have, let's just say, been indoctrinated into from your family, beliefs that maybe you've been told were true that you'll learn as the illusion comes down are not true. That will change how you evolve as an adult. I hope that helps. Does that answer your question, Joker? I'm just... Can OCD anxiety be treated without medicine? I suspect, yeah. But I really want you to be mindful of, like, look at how those are diagnoses, you know, and many people have experiences. All of anxiety is a lack of presence. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. It's just a lack of connection to presence within the heart. Now, are there things that could cause that? Certainly. Can those things be eliminated or mitigated or neutralized? Yes. Does everybody know how to do that? No. Can everybody learn? Yes. Does everybody want to learn how to neutralize? I don't think people like to do the work. And I think it's not about liking to do the work. It's about doing the work regardless of what your mind says. It's about alignment. And so when you are becoming aligned, that means that you do things because they're aligned, not because you want to do them. So it's like even doing these YouTube lives. Like, I originally didn't want to do them. I'm doing them because I'm guided to do them. Have I learned from doing this? Absolutely. What I am more amazed by is how genuine some of you people are in wanting to learn and authentically connect with other people, and I think it's beautiful. Now, AJ, can OCD be treated without medicine? You know, I'm not a doctor, so you have to make your own decisions about medicine, but certainly there's going to be some lessons, some soul lessons that will need to be addressed within yourself to create a mental discipline that creates mental resilience and emotional stability. And those are things that need to be cultivated. In my experience, medicine does not cultivate your higher levels of consciousness. It blocks it. So there's that. AC is saying, agreed, it's not in my heart. Oh, my glasses just broke. Agreed, it's not in my heart. Those are the side effects. Side effects include brain fog. Well, at least kudos to you for looking at the side effects. You know, so many people do not look at the side effects. So if it's not aligned to your heart, I would listen to your heart, you know. It's not, as far as I am aware, anybody I have ever experienced in my own personal experience who follows their heart has never been led in the wrong direction. People who follow their mind, people who listen to other people, will be misdirected all the time. All the time. So I think I should shift because the sun is moving. Did that help you, AC? So, AC, I have a whole, you could go on my website and look and see, but I also have videos on here where I talk about anxiety. But simply learning how to do conscious breath and do conscious breath every single day will help you. Zir, how to build a society clean and clear from all evils. Well, I was in discussion with somebody earlier today that, we were talking about even evil is a creation of God. And so to deny evil is to deny God. So it's about not being in judgment, right? And to see all of creation and all the different aspects of creation that make us whole and alive. Now, people who are wielding evil and doing evil deeds, we need to be able to see them clearly. Because as we see them, we can choose differently. Hello, Finland. Para is saying, I've decided to go to therapy next month for anxiety and other issues. First time for me to do this. Well, beware of any therapist. They're not all skilled in all areas. So I would, I'm not a doctor, as I said, I'm not a therapist. I do energy psychology. Nobody is going to get you out of your anxiety but you. So you must take full responsibility for your experience and focus on learning how to get present. So people are so focused on the causes. Stop looking at the cause, accept what is, and then get present. The Joker is saying, you're right about the meds. A year ago, I had a stroke, and to this day, I'm in 7 different meds. Every one of them is a theme of bad side effects. I'm so sorry, Joker. Unfortunately, you're not alone in that issue, but you know what? You could get off of them. A stroke. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Okay, Petra is saying I'm going to get things off my chest and maybe find some solutions from this. Advised by my girlfriend. Finding a good therapist is hard. So, for example, if you're working with somebody who's, if you have somebody in your sphere that's in your close sphere that's a narcissist, you must work with a therapist that is skilled in the nuances of not how to deal with a narcissist, but strategies of behavior that you must begin to embody that helps you deal with a narcissist. Not every therapist will do that. Petra, if you're just going to get things off your chest, beware. They're just going to loop you in for more money. So have a list of things that you want to talk about, things that you want to get resolution on, and stay focused, because some therapists will lead you in a circle if you're not aware. Free therapy doesn't even matter. Free is not better, because when you are vulnerable, you are opening yourself up to influence. It's not bad, it's a good thing. But free therapy doesn't matter. It's your time, your investment. Mental health issues are everywhere. Why? Because people do not have discipline in their minds. People are disconnected. So if you want to be connected, connect to your heart. If you want to find peace, connect to your heart. If you want to have a strong central nervous system, a strong immune system, connect to your heart. Look at all the things that happened with COVID. What did they do? Took you away from the sun, put you inside. What did they do? Take you away from community, made you feel sad and lonely and isolated and fear. So connecting with the heart is really important in healing. So Petra, definitely, I know you're having an open mind, but have an open heart. That's where your anxiety will resolve. Peace in nature, yeah. Peace in nature for sure. It's Peter. Oh, sorry, Peter. Anyways, let me do a recap of what I talked about. So how to heal the central nervous system. This is really important. Healthy self-talk. How are you talking to yourself? How are you listening to your intuition? How are you listening to your heart? Are you giving your body appreciation and gratitude? Second aspect is connect with nature. Don't just walk in nature, but connect with nature. Connect with the elements of nature, water, air, earth, right? Fire. Connect with all the elements every single day. Every single day. Tap into your creativity. You could write, draw, but most importantly is to tap into your heart's desire. Like, how are you tapping into your heart's desire? Because for me, creativity isn't the same as it is for other people. You know, I've never been creative the same way. I come up with ideas and ways of doing things, and that's really what I explore, and it makes me so happy. I love it. I love finding ways, different ways in which people can be more productive and happier. Teams can be more efficient. Like, that's really what I love to do. Number 4 that I covered was respect your experiences. Like, we all have a unique life experience, but can you respect your life experience? Even with you having a trauma or an experience that you didn't prefer, can you respect your personal experience and know that your personal perspective really helps you to evolve? And number 5, really learn to enjoy your own company. Really learn to enjoy your own company. All right, Peter, good to see you here. Join us again. Social media is causing a relatability crisis. I don't know. You know, we could say social media is at the root of the issue, but really it's a lack of consciousness. You know, people go on social media for different reasons. To be conscious is not one of them usually. Like, unless you're somebody like me, and which you all are. I mean, there's 14 of you on here right now. At some points there's more, sometimes there's less, but you know, not everybody resonates with me, and not everybody resonates with higher states of consciousness and being in alignment. You know, it just need to really learn what consciousness is. You know, a lot of people don't know, and we could say social media is the problem, but really the problem is never the thing. It's always the intention behind it. And a lot of people don't understand that there are nefarious people that are doing crazy things. You know, on social media, and we think it can't impact us, but it does. It does if you stop and watch it. If you watch enough reels, you'll lose enough brain cells, right? I mean, really. I mean, how many of you are watching things that are educational? And how much of you are watching celebrities? Like, I mean, every day since Diddy got into his situation, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him, you know, every day they're in the chat. Distraction. Every day the election, Trump and Kamala are in the thing. Distraction. Those things are a distraction from what is really what needs to be addressed is our heart and our alignment. D. Jordan saying, great point. Well, thank you. I'm glad that we agree. Any questions about how to heal the central nervous system? That's the topic today. I know I'm talking about a lot of other things, but I'm curious. I really enjoy you all, your questions and your engagement. And Peter left us. I wish Peter the best of luck. Any questions? No questions? I know there's a delay here, so I'm just waiting. I need to choose better friends. Hey, me too. You know, friendships are one way that we learn, right? So I would suggest, CP, is look at the pattern of the friendships that you've had, and that will tell you a lot about where you are in alignment. So again, using the law of correspondence, we're always going to see in our outer world, our friends, our relationships, our family, our work, our coworkers, they're always going to be reflecting back to us where we need to adjust. So if you see the pattern, you can adjust it. Do I have any advice for neurodivergence on how to balance out focus and energy? When you say neurodivergence, what specifically are you talking about? What advice are you looking for? You're saying how to balance out focus and energy, but everything with energy is about creating balance. So so you're using an identity, adult ADHD. So what I would say is start from the place of identification, knowing that you are not this. That diagnosis is not who you are, okay? So many people have taken on these identifications like ADHD or anxiety or anything. Sometimes I'll have clients like list me a whole thing of diagnoses. Those are not who you are. Those are expressions. So I would ask you, D. Jordan, how are you wanting to express? Right? How? Because we're just always constantly expressing in alignment with our soul or misaligned from disconnection to our soul. So how are you wanting to express? What do I believe in? AJ is asking, what do I believe in? I believe in oneness. I believe in God, source energy, creator. I believe in love, frequency. Okay, Jordan, D. Jordan, this is really good. So he's saying that it's hard because I'm always masking my true expression. So that's part of the problem, right? You're trying to mask something. So your identity is mismatched, which is causing you attention issues. Isn't that interesting, right? And you want to appear normal. Normal is different than natural. So you want to look at normal and natural distinctions. Do you want to be normal and fit in with the masses, or do you want to be natural and be in alignment? Those are two different things, and those are both choices. The Joker is saying, how do we enjoy our life when every time I wake up, if I had a good sleep, I say to myself, why did I ever wake up? Do you have any advice? Yes, set an intention before you go to sleep. I would suggest working with your higher self, your God self, source energy, creator, God, whatever you believe in, as a higher power. And I would set an intention before you go to sleep. And every morning, wake up with a new intention. So it also suggests the Joker, go watch my intention setting for synchronicity. The sun is now getting very hot, so I'm needing to turn. The intention setting for synchronicity is a great practice. And there's somebody else saying, Chris, about being depressed. Go do this intention setting program. This is the key. This is the key that nobody ever talks about, which is why I did this class, which is why I put it out here for free. It used to be a paid program, but once COVID happened, I started letting it be for free, because when you learn the power of your intention, the power of your attention, you will change your entire life, okay? That's number one. You have to begin to understand that no matter what religion you were brought up in, no matter who you were ever around, that you are a powerful co-creator. And as somebody who has the ability to create, that means you get to recreate in every moment, every moment. So, Chris, you're 18 and depressed. What do I do? Well, first, I'm going to tell you what I told people earlier. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I do energy psychology. What I do is not anything that traditional consultants would do. And why? Because I didn't find that traditional consultant work for me, and it didn't work for healing. And so I wanted to heal. So if you're depressed, I would say, and if you're chronically depressed, you must ask yourself, how much am I in nature? Am I connected to nature? Am I connected to my heart? What is your answer to those questions, Chris? Mark, I believe in miracles too. Everyone does not wear a mask, AJ. People who are misaligned pretend. People who are aligned do not pretend. Sure, somebody's asking to be a moderator. Yes, I'm going to make you a moderator. See if this works. I don't know who you are, but hopefully you're a good person. Hi, Ashley from Texas. We're not making recommendations towards any traditional therapies here. What works for one may not work for another, so you have to find what works for you. Mild depression responds well to CBT without antidepressant. And Mon is giving a lot of recommendations here, all of which are causing you to go outside of yourself, to look for other resources. Whatever resource you go to, you want it to know that you are the one who makes the changes. So you always want to pick a practitioner who guides you back to yourself. Chris, did you answer my questions? How connected are you to your heart? How connected are you into nature? How much are you using your consciousness to make choices? Trust is an inside job, so that's your choice. You got to trust yourself. John Paul, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, y'all. So this chat was about. Gosh, I forgot what we started. Recovering in the central nervous system. Yeah, intrinsic value of self. You must know yourself. Man is saying that he's a practicing doctor. Ah, so we have a doctor in the chat. I'm glad that you could see the importance of the spiritual aspect. I do believe that everything that is out of balance is beginning in the spiritual aspects. Anyhow, I've enjoyed chatting with you all. I've given the review of the central nervous system and how to heal it about 5 times, but it doesn't seem like any of you all are really interested in healing. And I always find it so fascinating. People love talking about problems and not about how to actually heal themselves. Why do you think that is? Is it because people don't really understand the central nervous system? Is it that they don't understand the experience? They know when it's out misaligned, but Dave's ready to heal. Amen. Healing happens in the present moment always, always in our pure connection to our heart. I've been doing these videos every single day, man, for 265 days, I think today is. And, you know, people do want to heal, but, and this is what I learned yesterday, and I'm still amazed by it, but people think that they know all I need to do is this one thing, and they're just looking at things in such a narrow perspective. But if we really had an understanding of our true power and our connection to our heart, healing would happen so much easier and faster if we stop doing what we think we're supposed to do and start doing what we resonate with from our heart. It would change our entire world. Anyways. Corn. Everybody asks me if I'm a vegan. You have to eat in alignment with your body. That's my answer to that. Thank you for everything. You are awesome. Lucas, thank you for being here. I didn't know you were still here. Oh, Lucas, thank you so much. I'm actually going to pin this message because you just made my heart happy. I'm glad that you're here, Lucas. And you are a good person. If you're here, you're in alignment. So how do you heal if you don't understand myself? Well, awareness. You have to get more aware about yourself. Yeah, fear of change, AC. That's a big thing. What is anxiety? What is depression? It's just a different expression of not being present. That's it. I mean, a doctor's not going to simplify that. Man, you probably agree. But I mean, that's all it really is. How are we going to get more present to what is within ourselves? Lucas, you watch them every day? Aw, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Well, you can feel free to list some topics. This topic actually, recovering this in the central nervous system, came from yesterday's chat. Teddy is asking. I don't know what OF is. So no. Oh, hey! Muscle therapy, Neil. Good to see you. Oh, that's so nice that you're here. I didn't know you were in here. You never know who's watching. I'm just chit-chatting now. Man is saying, yep, antidepressants don't work in many cases. If you're not adapting to your life well, or living in according to how your soul wants. Man, you should come back on their chat. I want to do a chat about the soul. Do you know that a lot of people don't even know they have a soul? Imagine people are wondering where their purpose is, and they don't understand that they have lost purpose because they're in disconnection from their soul. How do you get in connection with your soul? You must be in connection to your heart. How do you get in connection to your soul without your heart? I mean, we're all in communication. Dave is saying, I'm like the mother I never had. Oh, okay. Pills do not teach us skills. They actually put us into another system, man. They put us into a system of pharma, big pharma. So if you look at what big pharma is energetically, it might change your choice of going into that system. You know, I understand some people feel like they don't have choices, but we always have choice. So when you know better, you do better, right? So getting off medicine can be challenging when you're not incorporating modalities of energy healing in your life, for sure. And I've had people go through my peace program, which I offer to help people that have problems with thinking and they have overthinking. So I created this peace program, and I've had people feel so good because their mind is at ease that they went off their medication that they had been on for 10 years. Well, you can't do that because the medications will disrupt every chemical in your body. So it really was prohibitive for that person to do that. But, you know, they were not thinking properly. They just felt so good that they didn't need medicine anymore. And that's good, but you still need to be responsible in how you go off of these medications, because they are, not only do they change how pathways run, but they also leave what's called imprints, energetic imprints. And sometimes these imprints can lock us into a way, our energy into a way of running that is incongruent with alignment. Hey, Peter, you're here. So good to see you, Peter. I'll see the smile you put on my face, Peter. Thank you for your support, and thank you for being here. AC Muscle Therapy is saying that was an inappropriate thing that he suggested. Oh, Neil, the chat says all kinds of things. You will be surprised. Big TC, I don't know what you're referring to. I'm not blaming anybody. If anything, I'm all about co-creation and taking full responsibility. The Joker. I was watching YouTube shorts and I have no idea how I got here. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Joker. But I'm really happy, and thank you very much. Sorry, my English is not that good. Oh, thank you for being here, Joker. Really appreciate you. And I love Italy. That's where my mother was from originally. Well, I like to think she wasn't actually from Italy. My grandparents were, but anyways. Okay, have a great day, Joker. So glad you're here. My wife doesn't give me much to choose in life. What do I do? You know, this is going to sound very crass, but I will say this anyways, because this is my experience in consulting with many, many men and many executives, that women have a tendency of demasculizing their men. And that is often a way and a tool that they use to control and influence their men. And it makes them miserable, and it makes them unhappy, and it really is detrimental to the marriage and the relationship, because when you do that to a man, he can't be his true authentic self. He's going to start to look elsewhere. And that's the truth of what I've experienced. And what I would say, America, is that you need to take back your power. Dave, I don't have a favorite British film, but I do watch the BBC. Okay, man is saying emotional freedom based on therapies are coming up in a big way. I read a lot of research papers on the subject matter, and believe us, most of us in psychiatry are moving towards this subject. Well, man, I do have a lot of, not a lot, I have therapists as clients, and I also have medical professionals as clients as well. And what I will say is that as you heal, it will change how you heal others. And although research papers can be nice and informative, the best, for me, the best way for my clients to experience peace is to have the experience of peace. Because once you have the experience of peace, you can bring it in and your cellular memory will remember that. So it's really important for, I think, clinicians to get more into experiential learning for themselves. But I'm going to be totally honest, that system is an old dogmatic system, in my opinion, and teaches ways that are not functional to the spiritual body. Why don't therapists talk about spirituality? Why don't therapists talk about religion? Why do they avoid talking about God? Why? That's because the system tells them not to. Why does that happen? Because the system does not want people empowered. Oh, hey, you helped me get off meds that I took for 13 years. Oh, that's amazing. I love that you share that. I'm going to pin that. You are so wealthy. Thank you, Neil. And look at how you're healing people. Yes, my GABA receptors are very damaged by anxiety meds. So, AC, which of the 5 aspects that I gave for healing the nervous system resonates the most with you? Which one do you feel in your heart is like, yes, that's the one I need to go practice and do? I'm curious, Peter, thank you for being here. I'm curious as to the 5 aspects that I gave today for healing the central nervous system. Which one resonates for you in relationship to healing the childhood traumas or the thoughts about childhood? Because I want everybody in this chat to understand and know, or that's watching or listening, that we can heal from the present moment our past. Time is not linear like you have been told. All receptors in the body can be repatterned and rehealed, AC. Lucas, I'm so awesome to everyone. I'm so nice to everyone. I'm a good person. Who I am every day. I never give up. That's beautiful. Thanks, Neil. Good to see you here. David. I can't even repeat what you're saying, David. Just because that's the only British thing I know, David. Lucas is happy with his life. Good for you. That's a rare thing. David is saying, is it true that they don't listen? AC is saying, yes, all doctors are disconnected and secular. Well, they don't understand. I don't know if man is still in here, but I will say this, that most doctors don't understand that they have been indoctrinated into a system, and they've been trained to not question the system. And when you take critical thinking out of the way people are taking in information, they just continue to get programmed into the system. AC, walking in nature. Okay. Okay, AC, this is what I'm going to say to you. The next time that you are walking in nature, set an intention to be in connection with all of nature. That means everything that you're seeing. That means the air in which you're breathing, the trees in which you're walking by. Notice little distinctions about them, okay? And do it from your heart, okay? And let me know how it goes. Oh, okay. Man is asking, do I believe the body keeps score? I think that is a horrible book. I know other people like that book. I did not like it. I can't even tell you how many people recommended that book, which is why I went to go read it. And when I read it, I was like, it doesn't resonate with me. I thought it was, what did I think of that book? I didn't like the book, man. That's what I think about the book. I didn't enjoy it. It didn't resonate. But the question is, do I believe the body keeps score? I believe in cellular memory. So scoring is like a win-loss. I don't look at things like that. What I do know is that we have cellular memory, and our cellular memory is exceptionally intelligent. And if we don't understand that we can reprogram, realign, readjust anything that has been broken, damaged, wounded, and fractured, we are the ones that heal that. We don't heal it by win-loss. We heal it by acknowledgement, witnessing, compassionate consciousness, by accessing higher levels of consciousness. So, man, what do you think about that? Lucas. What do you do if somebody told you you're not a good friend, and if the person somebody told you are the worst person ever? What do you do? Say goodbye. You know, if somebody can't recognize your quality of friendship, what are you supposed to do? You know, people are judging, and they're looking at friendships based on need, wants, desires, give and take. I don't know how your friendships are, but my friendships are very different. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a lot of associates. I think friends, as you get more aware, you become more discerning about who you'll spend your time with. And if somebody is in judgment as a good or bad, they probably are not the best friend for you. If somebody is willing to own their aspects of the friendship, because friendship, in my estimation, is really about alignment and learning. So what are you learning from that friend that said that to you? What is your lessons in that relationship that you need to learn? And are you willing to learn them, Lucas? The Joker is saying, how can we stop thinking about the past? It's not about stopping thinking about the past. It's like not allowing yourself to get mind locked into a particular situation. That is what you want to do, is when you see that your mind is locking in on some aspect of the past, there is something there that needs to be learned, acknowledged, and recognized. And that may be a big soul lesson, Or it could be just that you haven't disciplined your mind. I mean, most likely, if your mind locked on a trauma, it's going to be a soul lesson. Man is saying, oh yeah, 100%, being a doctor isn't equal to being a good thinker. I should pin that one, man. That's a good one. That's true. I completely agree. I don't even know how cell functions fully. There's so many unknowns. There's really a lot of people that, don't want, we don't know what we don't know. The more you know, the more you find, the more that you find that you need to become aware of. But when you are connected to your heart, you don't need to know as much as you think, because your heart will guide you. Yes, the spiritual dimension, man is saying the spiritual dimensions of health are essential for balance. 100%. However, how many doctors, how many therapists are talking about the spiritual dimension from the place of the heart and not from some dogma? Even myself, when I talk to other consultants, they're teaching something they were taught. They're not teaching from their space of knowing. They're not teaching from their own experience, and I find that quite dangerous. AC is saying, thank you, I will. Good, AC, I can't wait to hear from you. I will always give praise to God and to nature. Beautiful. Emblem saying they like that book. It's all a difference in what I found is people that like that book tend to be very heady, very intellectual. I didn't like it at all. I didn't think it helped in any way. She's filming at Raid Call of Duty map. I did watch Line of Duty. It's really Line of Duty. There's my accent, my British accent. Hey, Matt. I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Lucas, for being here. Dave is asking, what's my stance on religion? There's a lot of dogmas in religion. I'm not religious at all. I would say use critical thinking. Dave, did you like that? Line of Duty. Lucas is saying, what is my favorite part of life? My connection to God. Reconnecting with God, I would say. Oh, you guys are fun. All right, so I'm going to recap again. Healthy self-talk. Now, I've heard a lot of people on here say healthy self-talk is difficult. It's difficult because you're disconnected from your heart. When you learn how to connect to your heart, and that takes practice, self-talk will become easy. But first things first, you need to start to think nice things about yourself. So you want to find different aspects of yourself that you like, whether it's your eyes, it's your hair, it's your lips, it's your nose, it's different aspects of your physical body, and just start to love and appreciate them, because this is how our soul is chosen to express in this incarnation. So when you understand that the vehicle in which you are having the experience is part of the experience, you can appreciate it differently. So, and even though I think I'm connected to my body, I still have a lot to learn, Joker is saying, speaking of spiritual, does everything happen for a reason? I would change that, Joker, and everything happens in alignment. So we are resonating with everything that is being experienced, even those things that we don't prefer. Number 2, connecting with nature, like deeply connecting with nature from the heart. Number 3, tapping into your creativity. Number 4, respecting your life experiences, all of them, even the ones you don't prefer. And number 5 is learning to enjoy your own company. Okay? Oh, Zir, you're still here. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, y'all. I've gone well over an hour. I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be with me. I'm Kiannaa Sadge, and I guide people to peace. I come on here and I do these live videos every day this year. Yes, pal, we're going off now. So, please subscribe and put your notifications on. I try to come on between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The topic every day is different. I don't know what tomorrow's topic will be. I have to go and look at Peter's request. If you have a request for a topic, yes, man, come back tomorrow. Do you have a topic? I don't know what tomorrow's topic will be. Put your notifications on. I'm here every day. Every topic is to bring in practices that people can use to align themselves to the natural laws. I just started to incorporate every week. I'm going to introduce a new law, and every time I'm going to try to incorporate that law into the topic. So we're talking about the central nervous system today, and we are going to be focusing on the natural laws of the law of correspondence is what we've been focusing on this week, and that is every time we are sending out a signal, and the signal is our responsibility. If we are not in tune with the signals that we're sending out, we will continue to recreate what we have. That's why anxiety is such a problem. Dark thinking. Are you, Joker, do you know that dark thinking is connected to, well, I'll tell you tomorrow. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. You're the best. Thank you, man, for subscribing and being here. All right, pal. See you tomorrow. Thank you, man, for that comment. I really appreciate it. Okay, y'all. Thank you, Peter. Bye-bye.